Have you ever felt like you're running on a hidden script? That no matter how many vision boards you create or affirmations you repeat, you keep attracting the same struggles, hitting the same walls, and replaying the same frustrations? Here's the truth. You're not broken. You're simply running an old program. Neuroscience shows that 95% of our daily thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are automatic subconscious programs. These are habits wired by past experiences, repeated emotional states, and conditioned beliefs. Only 5% of our mind is consciously creating. That means if you're trying to create a new future while living from the same old personality, your efforts will feel like pushing against a locked door. The subconscious will keep pulling you back into what's familiar, even if it's painful. The good news? You can rewire the program. Most people unknowingly postpone their happiness, waiting for the outside world to change before they allow themselves to feel whole. When I get the promotion, I'll feel successful. When I find the right partner, I'll feel loved. When I heal my body, I'll feel grateful. This pattern is what I call living in lack. You're postponing your power by depending on external conditions to validate you. But here's the key. Your external reality is always mirroring your internal state. If you feel unworthy, you'll sabotage opportunities. If you feel lack, you'll repel abundance. Most people live by the old model of cause and effect, waiting for external change, cause, to feel a new emotion, effect. The new model is about causing an effect, generating the elevated emotion first, cause, to create the external change, effect. Why does this work? Your body and brain don't distinguish between a real event and a vividly imagined one. When you intentionally feel emotions like gratitude, joy, or empowerment ahead of time, your biology begins to shift as if the future you want is already happening. This isn't wishful thinking. It's applied neuroscience and emotional regulation. The 3-step formula to rewire your subconscious: observe your thoughts, unlearning the old self. For 1 week, become a detective of your mind. Notice the repetitive stories like, I can't do this, it always goes wrong for me, I'm not enough. Awareness is the first step to change. When you observe a thought, you are no longer unconsciously living it. You're beginning to separate from the old program. Ask, does this emotion belong in my future? Emotions are chemical imprints of the past. Every time you replay guilt, anger, or resentment, your body relives yesterday. Next time an old emotion surfaces, pause and ask, does this belong in the future I'm creating? If not, breathe through it or use EFT, emotional freedom techniques, to release the charge from your nervous system. EFT combines gentle tapping on acupressure points with mindful focus, signaling safety to the body while loosening old emotional patterns. Each release frees energy to build your future self. Embody your future self. Now, you can't create abundance from a scarcity identity. You must practice becoming the version of you who already lives the life you want. Here's how. Set a clear intention. Define exactly who you want to be. Calm, confident, abundant, healthy. Practice elevated emotions. Use meditation or EFT to generate gratitude, joy, and worthiness every day. Your body begins to believe this is your new normal. Act as if. Throughout the day, ask, how would my future self respond to this situation? And make choices from that identity. Over time, the brain rewires, the body recalibrates, and your new personality creates a new personal reality. Proof that change is possible. Clients who apply these tools often notice shifts quickly, sometimes within the first session. One client came to me overwhelmed by anxiety, convinced she'd always been this way. Within weeks of practicing EFT alongside these neuroscience-based steps, she described feeling a new sense of calm I didn't know was possible. Her coworkers noticed the difference before she did. Change doesn't have to take years of therapy. With the right techniques, your brain and body can learn new patterns of being faster than you've been taught to believe. Your journey to liberation starts now. Rewiring your brain is work, but it's the most rewarding work you'll ever do. When you stop being run by outdated programs, you finally experience freedom, clarity, and the confidence to create a future on your terms. If you're ready to break free from the past and start living as your future self, I invite you to join my free Change Your Mind, Create New Results Masterclass. In this live training, you'll experience a practical exercise to begin rewiring your brain in real time. Reserve your spot here. tapintouryourbestself.com or email me directly at tapintouryourbestself@gmail.com. Your past is not your destiny. Your future self is waiting. It's time to become them.